start our presentation, allow us to introduce ourselves. And my name is Jasrio Liugan, and my partner is.
My name is Mama Shazwan Puzi.
So today we are gladly want to present with you about the video critic of English for professional interaction. So the title of the movie that we're going to critic today is about the United Flight of 96.
This is the video excerpt that our team have choose for this
Good morning,
video
ladies and
critic.
gentlemen. Welcome to United Flight 93 bound for San Francisco.
Good morning,
We are
ladies
now
and gentlemen.
first class passengers, people with small children, and those otherwise needing assistance. It's a light flight today, so once first class is seated, we'll dispense with boarding by section. Please have your boarding cards ready. Have a nice flight. Have a nice flight.
Flight instructions? Check. Pressurization.
Check, dead set for San Francisco.
Radio and radar.
Checked, on standby.
Left and right engine hydraulic pump switches.
Set.
Left and right electric hydraulic pump switches.
We're now boarding all rows of United Flight 93 to San Francisco.
Excuse me. Can I go ahead and help you, please? I'm sorry. My plane leaves in 10 minutes. I'm sorry. I owe you all. Sorry. Thank you.
United Flight 93 is now closed. All passengers should be on board at this time.
Whoa. Hold up.
Just in time.
I made it.
Yes, you did.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your cooperation. Have a great flight.
I'm glad it's light today. I was gonna call in sick. I took someone else's shift. Husband almost divorced me over it. Yeah? Yeah. He begged me to stay home and got mad at me when I didn't. I've stayed home with mine and begged me. What was your excuse? Well, I want to be home for my son's first birthday.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the captain speaking.
We're gonna be another 15 minutes or so. That's the way it looks right now, folks. But we have a pretty good tailwind, so we should be able to make up some of the time in the air. Thank you.
Glad I rushed.
Amy Sweeney on Flight 11. We've been hijacked. 2 attendants have been stabbed. We're off course.
Hello? Amy, hello?
Yeah.
Hello, Amy.
United 93, runway 22, right? Clear for takeoff.
United 93, runway 22, right?
Clear for takeoff.
know where it's headed. Any word from the cockpit?
Amy,
Hold on.
Yes, I have to speak very fast.
do you have any idea where you're headed?
No. People at Coach think it's a routine emergency. We've asked for a doctor, but none's on board. They still think it's a heart attack.
Can you tell us anything more about the hijackers?
Yes, they have knives and mace. They say they have a bomb. They were in seats 3D, 5D, 1A, 3A. We're losing altitude pretty rapidly.
How are the people who were stabbed?
One flight attendant's okay. I'm not sure. The other may not make it. We have her on oxygen. Oh my God, something's wrong here.
What's happening? Amy, are you still there?
We're in.
So from the movie, this is a synopsis of United Flight 93. The United 93 is one of docudrama thriller film published on 2006, written by Nevin and directed by Peter McClee. Flight 93 reacts the documentary in actual time from takeoff to hijacking to the realization by those abroad that their plane was a part of a coordinated attack unfolding on the ground beneath them. This also is like an action movie. Flight 93 instead to dignify the memory of those on the flight, the men and women who sacrificed remain one of the most heroic legacies of the incomprehensible tragedies that unfolded on that autumn morning. So this is synopsis of video expert that we choose. This is the selected scene depicts a situation that shows working environment at an airport and on a plane. Benita as a ground crew have doing their boarding announcement of the passengers that ready for boardings. The crew started serve the passengers by checking boarding pass and passport at the departures gate. At the same time, the terrorists also boarding in Flight 93. Captain Jason and First Officer Laurie start check the flight and ready for pushback. One of the passengers arrived late and rushing at the immigration of United States. On board, one of the cabin crew, Lisa just front, have do final check and talk with her partner at the backs. Michael, as a staff duty at that day as a controller office, received the information about the Flight 93 have hijacked. They discuss on how to solve the problem within colleagues. So this is the first critical incident that we have looked in this movie, which is a professionalism, good communication. In this part, Flight 93 ready for boarding to San Francisco from New Jersey International Airport. Benita have do the announcement at decks at departures gate and check the passengers. Professionalism, good communication is already need being professional, involved from the good personality from the employee dress, present themselves. Professionalism is one of the element of work ethic. In this part, Benita as a ground crew have used proper words when doing the announcements. The effect from this critical incident is the act of Benita as a ground crew, starting with a good communication during the announcement, will provide a good image of the passengers as well as the airlines. The recommendation the ground crew need to do announcement loudly and start with greeting with the announcement. The second critical incident is professional behavior ethics, which is teamwork. While waiting for the passengers boarding into the aircraft, Captain Jason and First Officer F.O. Laurie Homer start their conversation by asking First Officer all systems in cockpit have a functional. Professional ethics are principles that show the behavior of a person or group in an office environment. Like values of professional ethics, provide rules on how a person should act toward other people and in situations in such an environment. In this critical incident, the Captain Jason and First Officer have communicated between them by using professional words as a captain. The effect from this critical incident, both of captain have as a professional person, during the conservation, the partner, they need to respect each other. Be a professional because they work in aircraft and responsible to take care of passenger safety. When they act professional, it can give positive image to them and the flight will run smoothly and avoid from get miscommunication on board. The recommendation on this is important to the captain and first officer act a professional person because from this conservation, they need to know each other before they proceed to the flight. By doing this, they can avoid from any problem during the flights. The third critical incident is aggressive communication. Upon arriving at the immigration of United States, Mark cut the queue of passengers during the screening check by the police. This because Mark already late arrived and almost missed the flight. Aggressive communication is their feelings or use aggressive movement to their needs in way that violates the right of other. Mark's style to ask a permission with one passenger who have queue is aggressive. He's very rushing until he ignore good communication and attitude when they want to cut the queue and ask the permission. The effect from this aggressive communication is the way Mark attitude, which they don't use polite language. When they want cut the queue, Mark make others passengers anger. It will cause a commotions in the airport area. The recommendation on this critical incident is Mark should not directly cut the queue, but he need to respect each other from become commotions at workplace of United Police. Mark need us then talk, and talk nicely with the passengers to give way for them go first. This will ensure the environment of United States Police workplace area in a good environment.
So next, we continue for the critical incident for the number four. So the bad manner. So when we see this picture, this is about the Debbie Wells stand back her back on her colleague while talking. Next slide. So what is bad manner? This is the treatment of other in an implied or discourteous manner or misbehavior in the public. So what the effect is, as long as we know that good manner are highly regarded in our society. However, anybody with a bad ethic and manner is not the favorite of all. And the manner demonstrates a person's attitude, and bad manner mean a bad personality and character. So in this case, we can see that Debbie Wells turned her back on her colleague while talking. So what the recommendation for this situation? Debbie Wells should face his coworker as a way of responding in the right way while talking to him. And this is the right and professional way of working ethics. So next slide. And this is the five critical incidents about the attitude staff at the deck office. So this picture is show that Michael should sit in the right way as a front desk employee. So what is ethic? Ethic is, in the basic senses, is a set of universal concepts. They have an effect on how people make decisions and lead their lives. And ethics includes what is right for people and society and is often defined as the moral philosophy. So what the effect of the Michael doing sitting like that. So the lack in ethics has detrimental influence on success of worker. For certain cases, workers are so worried about the getting ahead and making money while they neglect policy and process. So this will lead unnecessary paperwork or sloppy mistake with the result in the job needing to be done again. So this is the what is effect if Michael are doing uh, not good ethic while sit in the front deck. So what the recommendation for this is Michael should have turned the right way when walking at the front deck, such as sitting upright and wearing the formal attire, because this is indicate a better work environment, conducive and reflect the image of the company. So next slide. So this is the last one. Critical incident is about the interruption. So this picture showed that the Lauren was on the phone but was interrupted by her colleague, a man in a black shirt, and next to her. So next slide. So what is interruption actually? Interruption is a speech incident where one person breaks into the interject while another person speaks. So what the effect of this situation? This situation caused Lorraine to be disturbed while on the phone. So the idea of thing to be conveyed will be lost or retarded when disturbed with her colleagues. So what the recommendation for this what the recommendation for this situation, let the other finish first and then tell her politely and if we want to interrupt or say something. So for the conclusion, the next slide, Shazwan. So the conclusion for this video critic, there's something that we can learn from this video, except in terms of professional and unprofessional conduct at the office. So in this video, except highlight the value of small talk, leadership style, so the ethic at work and politeness. And we may assume that object space of the context not only influence our interaction with the others, but also teach us how to communicate effectively. In order to communicate professionally, we must show our gratitude by listening attentively, by enjoying a fun time. So strong presentation skills, overstrength of politeness, and proper legal or ethically behavior, so the workplace action in every area of our context. So I think that's all.
Thank you.